Pat, this is Joel. It's great to see you yesterday for the lesson. This is the one on the left yesterday, the first one we took. You see how close that is. It's being dead on the plane line. Much different than what we saw back in the springtime when we started on things. So that's why it's continually getting better and better for you here as you're going through the season, Pat. And like you said, there's that driver is just not quite behaving yet with the ball flights. It's gradually getting better. Because again, you see it's not that far off. It's not that far off the plane line. So, now I didn't see this. Here's one of the irons we got inside. So I don't mind that ball being that far back in your stance for you, Pat, with that iron, but boy howdy, you saw the huge difference in your ball flight. The ball flight's improved dramatically, and you got that driver farther forward in your stance. Here's continuing to just really make sure you're feeling like you're swinging to the exit sign over there, to the brown door in the auditorium. There you go. Beautiful, man. So much better than what you started with back in the spring. And so that's fantastic. That's why that driver, man, after you put that ball in the correct spot in your stance, just it was fantastic out there. That batch of balls you hit, those 6 or 8 drives. It just took that away. You can't see it from this angle, but that ball's in the middle of your stance with that driver. And that's the main thing I'm saying that was making it hard for you. It's staying out to the right on you there, even in the auditorium. That's what I was making it hard for you there, Pat, to get that thing drawn back, especially with the driver. You're doing so well with all the other clubs, up through about that 6 or 7 or 8 iron. You get that thing farther forward in your stance, and that'll be fantastic for you, Pat. And then, man, it's great to see you hit those draws with that driver. So do that, man, next couple of weeks. Look forward to hearing how it goes. We'd love to see you kind of quick since you are heading out here in a couple of weeks to go play. So I'd love to see you maybe even just about 3, 4, 5, 6 days from now before you go down. You just played great down there in Florida, at the end of the year, at the end of the month. So you really get used to it. So obviously the more important trip in a few more weeks will be even better. Thanks, Pat.
Hi, this is Joel. I'm here at Dr. Todd Elworth's office. He's one of the best chiropractors in the region. He's a TPI certified golf fitness professional. And I really want you to know about him because he can help you a lot with your golf fitness, just as he's helped my young student Taylor here in the last year or so.
How we met, Taylor came into my office with back pain. What we took him through is numerous screens to find out why he had the back pain. I don't only treat back pain, but my second goal is to find out exactly why he has this problem. So we analyzed him, we find out he has some certain weaknesses, we put him on some strengthening exercises. He's doing very well.
He's done great. He's had very little back pain, and that's mainly because he injured himself working too hard at the golf course. So he's done his exercises, he's felt great. I'm very, very thankful that Todd's been able to help Taylor in this great way. And I want him to help you too if you have any questions at all about your golf fitness.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to look at the deep squat. We're also going to compare it to the K-trainer. We're going to look at some movement. What we're only going to look at is side bend movement with the K-trainer, okay? Taylor, put your arms over your head. Let's have you do a squat and let's see what it looks like. Good. Come back up. Do another one. A couple of dysfunctional moves. As you can see, the K-vest turned red a couple times. Well, what I normally see, an athlete go down a little bit. This is what I normally see with some of my athletes. That's about it, as far as we go. We'll see the knees coming together. We'll bend them together. And as you can see, it totally turns red on the K-trainer there. Some of the corrective exercises that we certainly would do, don't just have a gentleman hold a weight, 10-pound weight straight out here. What this weight does, starts to engage the whole core. Now do the squat. And how much easier that is. The weight just drags you right down, the core is activated, the hips totally open up. Some of the other things that we do to correct this is where you're the cheater, put your heels up on the board, and now do your squat. little bit of rotation at the bottom of the spot. Much better than it originally was.
This is Joel Suggs. I sure enjoyed meeting you down at the Cincinnati Golf Show this weekend and showing you your swing on the 2D equipment that I have. And so I want to take about 2 or 3 minutes to just show you around Meadowlinks. This is the studio I use in the winter for all my students. You see there's the down-the-line camera angle for our 2D equipment. And then we have the face-on camera angle also. And then what we also have here is 3D equipment to where I can show you your swing from 6 different camera angles with this 3D equipment, and we can get your swing from down to the 1/120th of a second in terms of exactly what your hips, shoulders, and hands are doing in the swing. And then also, I have the most realistic hitting curve I've ever seen from puttersedge.com, so when you hit your full shots, it feels as realistic as possible. And then I have 3 different green speeds for you to practice your putting. 9.5 on the step meter, 10.5 on the step meter, and 12.5 on the step meter. That's benefited my students tremendously. And then also I have a lot of learning aids like this Smart Stick. You can see the rest of those learning aids over here in my bag that we can work on to help you learn at a certain field in your golf swing that you and I both want. And then also I help my students a lot with their equipment through the winter. This is a frequency analyzer where we twang your club and it gives us a reading here. And then also we plot your whole set, each club on these lines to see if the set is really matched or not. Quite often they aren't, and it helps my students tremendously when they find out what clubs are the offending clubs. And then if we get tired of being indoors and we want to go outdoors and hit some, we can do that. It's my daughter. Ellie, good to see you. I haven't seen her in weeks. No wonder you've been gone, Ellie. You've been out here playing in the snow all this time. But this is our natural turf area. This is closed until April, as you can see. But it's a fantastic area where we can step outside and hit some balls and get some real ball flight. Or, if we get pretty satisfied and things are looking better on the video here, we're kind of cooped up inside and want to go outside, we can step on out and hit balls and see real ball flight for about 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, however long you and I can stand the cold, out into the air, and we see them land at these different flags. I have a yardage book for this driving range. It's the first one I've ever seen in my life where we know exactly what it is with the front, back, and middle of each green. And again, the covered area here is heated, so we stay out there for about 5, 10, 15 minutes, like I said. It enables us to see some ball flight, and then we get satisfied that things are looking the way we want, and we come back inside, take off our coat, and look again at the video equipment to see how your swing's looking, to make sure that you understand it. And then notice too, my exercise ball up top here, and then also, so I help my students a lot with their fitness through the winter, and then I will help you also with your sports psychology, with your golf psychology from the golfpsych.com people down in Texas. That's helped my students tremendously a lot over the years too. So again, I sure enjoyed meeting you down at the Cincinnati Golf Show this weekend. I look forward to seeing you again out here this summer at Meadowlinks, or even right now in the winter. I have a lot of people that work on their games with me right through the winter. Check out more information about the things I do to help you at joelsuggs.com. Take care.